Maybe a mall trip, maybe hanging out with the new Assassin's Creed. That sounds cool. Relax, take it easy. Be lazier than Mr. Moore ever was. There's a voice in your head that tells you who you are, that tells you what to do. That voice can make you great, or make you take the path of least resistance. Chill out. What's the big fuss? I don't really care about Petty Day. We won the cup twice in a row. What's it matter if we don't win on Saturday? If that's what the voice in your head is telling you, you need to shut it the hell up and listen right here. Listen to the heart of the class of 13, who've been part of the only repeat Kelly Potter wins in Blair history. Did you hear that? Those are the cheers echoing forever for the valiant JV teams who made the difference last year when we won the cup. Listen, you hear that? That's the sound of the ref's whistles for the 2 goals scored by the JV and varsity girls soccer teams who won for the first time ever against Petty girls soccer to seal the victory 2 years ago. What's that saying to you now? Who are we, Bucks? Are we one school? Are we defined simply because we live in Northwest New Jersey? In sports, people talk about definitive wins. Definitive, defining, telling the true meaning of a team. The first cup was not that win, as it could well have just been the odds finally catching up with us. But last year's win, reinforcing that we had arrived. That first year's win wasn't just a fluke. That we could go on their campus, win 2 years in a row, that win had even more meaning. But to win 3 times in a row. For the class of 13 to be the first senior class to win the cup and successfully defend it twice, that accomplishment will be definitive. For as long as there's an academy on this hill, your class can come back every reunion year to those sounds of glory. Listen, can you hear them? What defines you? One thing that defines us is, Blair, we have common experiences, similar memories. This has been the weirdest of years, as Mr. Hardwick said on Monday. With it being the Hardwicks' last year, we knew it was going to be weird, but we had no idea how weird. We thought 2 weeks ago that Petty Day would already be behind us by this point. But then Hurricane Sandy came our way. How ironic that a hurricane with the same name as one of Bruce Springsteen's most popular songs would lay waste to his native state. As devastating and demoralizing as that storm was, it provided so many lessons for us. The true meaning of being a Blair Buccaneer. We lost power. The power we get from the utility poles on our campus. Then only some of the campus got power back in a few days. We were divided. We had some of our power, but not enough to be us. The irony all the greater that the power gods took out the gym, the arts building, and the upper class dormitories. We aren't the Blair we love, and the Blair that will prevail tomorrow without those places, the people that live and work in them, and the power they provide. Seniors, it's up to you tomorrow to lead us to victory. To provide the power to win. Sandy hit us hard and provided a lesson. We can't take our power for granted. And the postponement was a lesson in that. And Sandy had a weird sense of humor. Petty missed a week of practices, then got 8 inches of snow yesterday from another storm. I'm not so Blair-centric to think that all weather happens because John I. Blair has some sort of sway in heaven. But we can take meaning from what the weather events of the last week told us. So what's that voice saying in your head now? Are you still complacent? Are you still willing to define yourself as a Buccaneer who drank from the cup twice but isn't willing to drink from it a third time? Well, let's look somewhere else for definitions. One common experience that my English department brothers and sisters have with the student body, we've been working on the Boone Swang SAT vocabulary list for 2 years. We've been engaged in this vocabulary list to get that edge over those Falcons who are trying to take our hard-earned places at some of the greatest colleges in America. Yeah! Keep the SAT. Looking at the last few words of the list, we can see some words seem to be calling out not just to be defined, but also to be defining. Listen how some of these words from the last 20 on the list define the struggle that lies ahead. Tomorrow is a momentous day, one that will require the most deft abilities of our athletes if we are to be lauded for victory over those belligerent Falcons. Our pep rally conflagration still smolders, the cacophony of our cheers in the performance gym still echoing as they had inundated our ears. We heard that the Falcons were coming to burn down that bonfire, but the rumor proved apocryphal. Our belief in our victory is visceral, and with one more win, victory will be an inveterate occurrence. The last word on the list is the message, the one with the most meaning for Petty Day. It's idyllic. The victory will indeed, and I quote the great vocab god Boomswang, excellent and delightful in all respects, unquote, on our, quote, charmingly simple or rustic, unquote, campus. So what's that voice saying now, Bucks? You need another reason? Well, I got two for you. The Hardwicks! Headmastership, and let's face it, the person who called the shots, Mrs. Hardwick, we've added this building, Annie Hall, the library renovation, Bobo Hall, and appropriately, Hardwick Hall. Oh, let's do this, Bucks. A hat trick for the Hardwicks. Don't you want that cup to sit where it belongs all year, right outside Mr. Hardwick's office? Let's do something for the rest of the day now that the cup's coming back. Stop by the office, look in the window, or even go in and touch the cup, and make a vow that you'll do everything you can to keep the cup where it belongs, right where it is. When Mr. Hardwick interviewed me in Boston 19 years ago, he said, there are currently two great schools in New Jersey, Lawrenceville and Petty. I want to make sure that there are three. Well, he's done that. And now it's our chance to repay him. One cup for each of those three great schools, but the last cup for the greatest of the three, Blair Academy. Speaking of Lawrenceville, we had a bit of a setback 2 weeks ago that might well have taken the wind out of our sails, changed that voice in our heads to telling us, no, we can't. That was our trip to Lawrenceville's Parents' Weekend, when they repeatedly punched us in the nose. If we thought we were just going to cruise through the fall season, Elville had another idea. Well, hats off to them. But that lost weekend gave us a chance to wipe the blood off our noses, adjust our eye patches, and set sail to take it out on those unfortunate Falcons. Now, nobody knows what a big red is anyway. But we know what chicken tastes like. Fried, barbecued, or filleted. It's delicious. And they deliver. They're bringing our chicken dinners right to our doors. Bon appetit, Bucks. In words we've known since we were 5, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Or to quote the founder of Petty School, Foghorn Leghorn, I say, boy, that's a joke, son. Not enough words. We play for our pride and our honor in the end. But as Shakespeare's Falstaff said, what is honor? What is in that word, honor? What is that honor? Air. Yes, words are just air. But that voice in your head isn't air. It should be saying one thing from now till tomorrow night's dusk. Let's do this. No more words. It's time for action. We must all look for that one extra thing that may give us the edge. We're back to being underdogs, Bucks. They're bigger and richer. And they're angry, too. Well, there's one underdog who comes to mind, fictitious though he is, Rocky Balboa. He's a symbol of the great city of Philadelphia, a city that knows something about underdogs. Like those underdog founding fathers, he knew as an amateur boxer he had little chance against the heavyweight champion of the world. But he trained harder, changed his life, believed in himself enough to eventually become the heavyweight champion himself and defend his title each time, once again as the underdog. Like our teams at Elville, Rocky let himself be a punching bag before that one thing that never happened in his pitiful professional career happened. He had his nose broken, and then he got mad. One of the things he did was drink raw eggs for his training. Hard thing to do. So if that's the edge it'll take for us to win tomorrow, in the spirit of the idol of Philadelphia, here we go.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Just do it. A joke first. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Who cares? Beat them both. Wait, hold on. I got another joke. Why'd the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To get back on the bus after losing the cup for the third time. Did you ever notice that the egg yolk is yellow? Man, I hate that color today. But you know what? This doesn't mean anything unless I give it meaning. So I want to give it some meaning. This is to the cross-country teams, the girls' team that's the state champion for the first time. And this is for the soccer team, and that girls' team that already beat them 1-0. And this is for the girls' field hockey team. To keep